What's good, y'all? What's good? Let's look at number 39. The poor and the natural have the advantage in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, the poor and the natural have the advantage in the kingdom of heaven. A lack of money doesn't make you bitter, it makes you better. Okay, a lack of money, it doesn't make you bitter, it makes you better. Whenever God takes away something that could hinder you from having full faith and dependence on Him, please know that He will meet you halfway with your dependence on this thing, but he really intends for you to understand that he gives you purpose in life. He has a plan for you. He has a perfect will for you, a good, pleasing, perfect will, whether you have money or not, whether you are wealthy or not, whether you are sick or not, whether you're employed or not, whether you are educated or not. God still has a plan for you. And if God had a plan for you before you even could say your name, write your name, you knew your name, then it's more important of what God is trying to do in your life than it is of what your education can do for you, your degree can do for you, your employment can do for you, fame can do for you, social media following can do for you. God's will for your life is way more important than all of that. But sometimes people have a hardened heart and a hardened ear toward the good things that come from God, and they would rather have things that come with sorrow and things that come with really a lot of transgressions and a lot of mishandling and a lot of abuse. A lot of things that come from the world really come with abuse, and they come with pride and narcissism, and they don't come with the spirit of God. The poor and the natural have the advantage in the kingdom of heaven. When you don't have money, you have to depend on God to make a way out of no way for you. I thank God for the seasons of humility and meekness. I have not always had money in my life. I spent the majority of my life really functioning as an orphan. And so whatever money I had, it came from my own work ethic, came from my own provision. There was no one checking on me every week to make sure I had income. There was no one really doing their best to make sure uh, I had everything I needed in terms of functioning in the world with or without them by my side. No one was there financing anything, housing, transportation, shelter. I really had to take care of myself. And so I have learned that God will keep me in perfect peace, and God will keep me in his perfect will, and God will raise me up to be his own. When people Mephibosheth me, when people leave me to figure things out on my own, and most importantly, when people just deny their calling in Christ on my life, that God will still make a way, and God is not dependent on that person getting it right. He has grace for them. He does forgive them. But God really will mature me in the deficit. That has been my biggest lesson, that the poor in the natural have the advantage in the kingdom of heaven, and that God will mature me in the deficit.